Hey, what's going on, guys? Man, Goose here, man. Coming back at your video. And hey, man, we're previewing the LSU Alabama game. Might not be much of a game, but you know what? I'm gonna come on here and talk about it. Even though most of us probably know what the outcome of the game is gonna be. I mean, Alabama rolls into town, number one in the country. Of course, LSU won the national title last year, but that doesn't mean anything this year, as they are just not playing well, especially defensively. I think they have the second worst defense in the conference. Does LSU? Try to look up something here real quick. See, yep, because LSU is a 24-point underdog against Alabama. I mean, geez, 24 points. I mean, that might be not that might not even be enough. When I say that, I mean that Alabama might beat them by more than that. I mean, it's all. I mean, if you look, it's the largest point spread that LSU has faced in the past 21 seasons. That goes back to 1999, which ironically was the last year LSU had a losing record. In 1998 and 1999 was the last two years the LSU's had a losing season. Looks like they're on track for having a losing season. If they lose this game, they'll be 2-4. Look who they have left. Alabama. I mean, they'll have Florida, A&M, Arkansas, Ole Miss. So it's not looking good for for LSU to extend their winning season, as they've had a winning season ever since 2000. Um, but I mean, it's it's the first time. It's the first time since 2001 that LSU will not be ranked when it faced Alabama. So been a bad year for LSU. Been a horrible, horrible year. Of course, they lost a ton of players uh, last year in the offseason. Seniors, draft eligible juniors went to the draft, and you see all of them. There's a bunch of them there in the NFL right now doing very well. So, but not, and I never was one on the train that said, oh, LSU is going to be SEC champion this year. They're going to compete for the national title this year. No, I was smarter than that to know that wasn't going to happen. But I never thought the defense would be so horrible. Defense is horrible this year. I mean, I haven't seen an LSU defense this bad since probably the 98, 99 season. In Donardo's his last 2 years when he was here. Then when Saban came here in 2000, he kind of changed the trajectory of the football program, and the defense progressively got better and better. And LSU's won 3 national titles since 2000. But I mean, the defense is horrible. I mean, and now they're going against Alabama. You got Najee Harris. Mac Jones is a very good quarterback. Not gonna have Jalen Waddle, so at least he's not gonna burn us this year. But they got other receivers that can just do the same thing that Jalen Waddle would have done. But man, it's not gonna be a pretty night in Baton Rouge. It's really not. I hate to come on here and be so negative and say my team doesn't have a chance in hell because they really don't. It would take a miracle. I mean, miracles do happen. I mean, you've seen upsets before happen in college football, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it happening this Saturday. Just LSU's defense is not very good. Our starting quarterback's probably going to be out again, as Miles Brennan's going to be out. So we're going to be starting either T.J. Finley or Max Johnson. So that's another problem that LSU is going to have. It's just we're just not very good right now. Not very good right now, and nothing's going to change until next year. We got a good recruiting class coming in this year, so next year we'll maybe some freshmen can come in and take some of these spots. That because safety is a big problem for this football team, linebacker is a big problem for this football team. Uh, just too much talent they lost in the offseason. Alabama's going to beat LSU, and they're going to name their score. Alabama's going to score. Come on, Alabama could probably score in the 50s, 60s if they wanted to. They very might well. They might very well score in the 50s or the 60s. LSU, I can see him maybe getting to the low 20s, maybe. Uh, it's gonna be bad. So if I was a betting man, which I don't bet on my teams, but I don't bet on the Saints, I don't bet on LSU, I don't bet on the Pelicans. Just don't bet on my teams. I don't want to have to deal with pulling for my team or against my team in that scenario. But yeah, but if I was a betting man, 24 points, I would definitely take Alabama and lay the 24. Because I don't see any way else you can even remotely compete in this football game. It is what it is. Like I said, I hate to come on here and be not so energetic as I was last year. Last year I thought LSU had a chance to win, and they end up winning the football game. But this year they don't have a chance. It's been a long time. Well, I wouldn't say a long time. 2018, I thought LSU really it was going to be a stretch for them to beat Alabama, and they got shut out. So it is what it is, guys. So, but you guys have a good one. As it'll be better. It's better. It'll be better days for LSU. Just won't be this year. This won't be this year. But there's better days are coming for LSU. Maybe next year they'll be able to maybe not compete for a championship, but they'll be able to get back in that maybe 10-win plateau because their schedule next year is pretty weak, especially in non-conference. They got four winnable games in non-con next year, and I don't think COVID will be an issue next year. So we won't see these conference only schedules next year. But hey, it is what it is, guys. So Alabama, you guys got a great team, and you're probably going to beat the hell out of us this week. Uh, this coming Saturday. Like I said, it'll take an act of God, it'll be a miracle if LSU wins this football game, which is not going to happen. Have a good one, guys, and always go Tigers.